Alright.
against domestic violence.
All right, so this is the second interview with one of the members of the Longest Walk. This is Andre, and he has agreed to be on camera. We're just going to ask a few questions and allow him to say whatever he would like to say regarding his experience and what he plans to accomplish on this walk. So, Andre, just thank you, and give us a little bit of background about yourself, your tribe, where you're from, stuff like that.
I'm Winnebago and Santee Sioux. I'm from Seattle, but I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. My mom's native and my dad's Mexican. I don't know, I grew up in the city, so I really don't know much, kind of another reason why I'm on the walk. It's a learning experience for me.
When did you join the walk?
I started the walk in San Diego at La Jolla Shores the first day.
Cool. Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay. So you've been with them since California?
Yep.
And where have you guys stopped on your way? Has there been a lot of,
yeah,
tribes?
I don't know, I keep looking at that map right there. And a lot of those tribes.
There it is, that one?
We stopped at a lot of them.
La Jolla?
Yeah. We stopped, La Jolla Shores, we went close to La Jolla, but.
So this is where he started.
Yeah.
La Jolla.
We hit up a lot of those little tribes there.
So now they made the journey through Arizona, New Mexico, and Oklahoma, and now they're here in Muskogee Creek, Cherokee country. Tell us a little bit about the mission of the Longest Walk, this specific one. This is the 5th walk, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is for the declaring war on drugs and domestic violence. Tell us, do you have a specific reason, connection with those issues?
I do. I'm a recovering meth addict. I started smoking when I was about 17 as a way, I don't know, I guess it's a way to lose weight. That's what it was at first. My dad, a couple years after that, my dad committed suicide. And due to his addiction, he was, alcoholic, drug addict. I think he was fiddling around with heroin and stuff too. But after that, after he passed away, I kind of went off the deep end, and I lost myself and dove deeper into addiction with meth, and it was like that up until 2013. The end of 2013, I was sober one other time, but just because of the court systems. But in 2013, the end of 2013, I was almost killed 2 times. And the first time I was strapped to a chair and beaten, and then some people came and, I was let go. The second time I was stripped down and had a gun held to my head by someone that I knew, and just over stupid shit, drug shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but shortly after that, I was walking to a friend's house, and my Facebook dinged with notifications, and my little brother, he has a Facebook, but he always deactivates it, and so whenever he has it on, I always try to see what he's posting, check up on him. But this time he's like, I really wish my brother was around more, and after all that stuff happened, and thinking. And hearing that from my little brother, or seeing it, reading it, me and my brother never really got along, so for him to show that much, to see that he was upset, because I haven't been around, it meant a lot. And shortly after that, I went to my mom's house, and, I told her I wanted to get clean, and I tried for 3 months to get into treatment at Intertribal Treatment Center in Nebraska, and I got into treatment finally after 3 months, and completed, started working, and on my mom's birthday in 2014, July 29th, there was a climate march going through Nebraska, and my mom is a big activist, and she's also paraplegic, and she's my hero, but she wanted to go. I asked her. I said, "Hey, I got money now. I want to take you out for your, for your birthday. Where do you want to go?" She said, "I want to go meet those climate marchers." So we went and found wherever they were walking in Omaha, and we walked with them through Omaha. And I pushed her in her chair um, for her birthday and the next day, and found out that that they would give me a scholarship if I wanted to join, and they kind of talked me into joining. So I walked. I decided to quit my job, and then I walked from Des Moines, Iowa, to Washington D.C. with that group right after treatment. And during that walk, I started drinking again, um, but like going back to Omaha, I got sober again because I did the Dakota 38 Memorial Ride, and after that, I went back to Omaha, and it was just like being right around the same people, same places, and I started hanging out with the same friends again, and started doing the same things, and like, and it was just like a big snowball effect, and it happened really fast, and like I realized where I was going. I was headed down and down, and I probably would have ended up in jail, and but like we were talking about earlier, you meet people and friends one of the friends that I met on that walk, I called him and I said, hey, I think I need some help. I don't want to be in Omaha. I don't need to be in Omaha anymore. Like I'm messing up again, and I don't want to. I worked hard to get sober, just to throw it all away again. And so I talked to him, and he was like, well, let's work on getting you a bus ticket down here. And there's a humanitarian aid group in Arizona where he was working. It's all volunteer work. And he was like, you come down here and help me out, help us out. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So I was going to go do that, and I had some issues pop up like 2 weeks before that happened, which like red flagged my name to get on the bus, because they would if they would have seen my name come up, they would arrest me. And so that discouraged me a lot. But I was
What?
I was
Only in the bathroom.
selling drugs,
Yes.
and just going crazy. Let me catch up to myself. Sorry. And okay, I finally found a friend that would give me a ride, and we set the date, and like, okay. And so I was telling my boss that I was running for, that I was gonna quit. I couldn't help him no more. I was gonna leave. Well, a week or so maybe before I was supposed to leave, he had just got robbed, and some other stuff happened. And he's like, hey, get your things, let's go. And I wasn't thinking nothing, I just thought, grab your bag, because I was carrying a side bag. And so I grabbed that, and we go to the gas station. He had $40 in his pocket, and he said, hey, let's do you have family anywhere? And I was like, well, yeah, all around Omaha. He's like, no, out of Omaha. And I was like, well, my stepmom lives in Wichita, Kansas. And so he's like, okay, so that's where we're going. So he filled up the tank, and we drove to Wichita, and we stayed there he stayed there with me for 3 days. And on the third day, like, he got a hold of his family, and his family thought he was dead. So he's like, hey, you're gonna have to drive me back to the state line, and my cousin's gonna pick me up, but he's gonna give you gas money to get back. He goes, you can just take my car, you can have it. And he's like, do what you need to do to stay right. And so that happened, and I went back to Wichita. And one of my other friends from the climate march met me in Wichita and was gonna help me get to Tucson. Well, before that, I finally got to meet my family in Mexico, and that was like a big part in helping me stay sober. Getting to meet them, and I think it's still a part of why I'm sober today. After my dad died, I never thought I would connect with the family there. It was my first time talking and seeing my grandma in person, and that filled like a void in my heart. But I still made it. I was there for 4 months. I ended up staying in Mexico for 4 months, and while I was there, another friend from the climate march was like, hey, there's going to be another walk across the country. You should join. You should think about it. And I was like, what's it about? And he was like, oh, it's declaring war on drugs and domestic violence. And I was like, what? I was like, no, I think I'll pass. And he just kept putting it. Kept asking me. He's like, hey, do you think about it? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Well, I thought about it, and I was thinking about it, and I ended up going. I ended up going to Pennsylvania, and I stopped in Omaha on my way back to Tucson and to visit my mom because I hadn't seen her for a while, and I was there not even 12 hours, and I didn't even really go. I picked up a friend also to get out of the situation he was in to come to Tucson, but in that short time period, you know, like I was like paranoid. I was worried. Like I had all this flash of memories of coming through, like what I was, you know, like what I left for, and so I left and we made it to Wichita and we had ran out of money, and so we were stuck there for a few days. But my friend couldn't handle it. He wasn't ready, and he took off back to Nebraska. Finally, I got money to go back to Tucson, and I was driving through Oklahoma, and my friend called and he goes, "Hey, did you think about it? You know, it starts in about a couple weeks." And I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "I think I'm gonna go." You know, he's like, "What? How'd you change your mind so quick?" And I told him, you know, I was like, I went home and I seen a lot of things in a short period of time that, you know, reminded me why I left. You know, and also in October, I think last year, September, October, one of my roommates had passed away. One of my roommates in treatment had passed away due to a relapse. They found him in the river, and so that's another reason why I'm walking. You know, in honor of him, but and more for myself and for my family. So I started the walk, and you know, since I've started, I've been having a lot of support from my family members. One of my family members that I used to look up to, you know, growing up, he's like gangbanger or whatever, but I got a message from him, and he was like, "Hey, you know, it brought tears to my eyes. You know what you're doing for the people. You know, I'm really proud of you." And he was like, "I wish I could do what you're doing." He's like, "But me, I'm still here. I'm still here making excuses to keep using." And you know, I was like, "Hey, well, you know, I'm praying for you, you know." And he goes, "Well, we need more warriors like you in the family, you know, because a lot of my family, you know, are alcoholic, drug addicts." And so, like, hearing that from him, you know, gave me a lot of hope. And, you know, just the other day on Facebook, I seen that he was doing a lot better, you know, he's going to ceremonies again and, you know, cleaning up his act, you know, so that made me happy to see that. But, you know, and seeing other people, you know, how Felicia, you know, having an impact, you know, talking with her and having an impact on her life, and as well as a couple other people, like in Shiprock, New Mexico. As we came into Shiprock, there was, when we went into, first we went into, what's it called? I forgot. Zuni. We went into Zuni, and there was a reporter, and she came and she got our stories, a few people, and they posted it in the Gallup newspaper. And when we got to Shiprock, there was somebody that had the newspaper, and they was like, "Hey, this guy's looking for you." And I was like, "What? You know who?" And he was like, "He read your story in the newspaper, and, you know, he was trying to, you know, he wants to get extra credit, you know, in one of his classes, and talk to you a little bit." And he said that your story really helped him, you know, so hearing that, you know, just gave me a lot of hope, you know, and it helps me, you know, that someone can, you know, someone get something from what I had to say, or, you know, I don't know how to say it, but yeah. So, you know, that's one of the main reasons why I'm on the walk, why I came to the walk.
Great. Awesome. Thank you for that. Just one more question. What, specifically when you guys get to DC, where will you guys be going? Like, do you know what the plan is for that? Who will you guys be in contact with there? And then...
I personally don't know. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, that's thinking a little too far ahead at this point.
It's there's been a lot of delegations, you know, ever since back in the 1800s. Our ancestors would go, you know, to DC and stand up and fight for our people's rights and stuff. So I think it's awesome that you guys can, you guys are doing that same thing, you know, now 2016. You know, these are the really the issues, the main issues that affect our people. Still yet today, you know, there are people dying. There's people's lives are being ruined all the time. They can't get out of that hole. They can't get out of that, away from the addiction, either the pipe or the bottle, you know. And it's sad. It's hard for us to see that, our people going through that. And so, you know, I just want to thank you and the rest of the Longest Walk group for doing what you're doing, and I wish that you guys would have gotten more recognition from our state, from higher ups, stuff like that, but maybe that's not what you guys are looking for, but I know that you guys all, know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it, and so I commend you, and we're praying for you, and we wish you all the best. So if there's anything else that you want to say.
Yeah, I have a couple of things.
Okay.
This Oklahoma is like the second state that has shown us like the most one of the states that's shown us the most hospitality that I haven't seen since we were in California.
Wow.
We've been to there've been so many benefit shows, we've dances, first board dances and stuff, and a lot of the people helping out a lot. But also this walk is just one of 3 for me because I plan to do all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Did you guys have any questions?
He pretty much answered every single question I thought of.
Yeah. We've also got students, Talon Sapahoodle, and Lindsay Pinkerton with us. Holkerton. And
I don't have a detective agency.
if there's anything you want to tell the people, Facebook, or anybody that might come across this this video, you want to.
Just believe in yourself, and if you set your mind to it, you can do it. I didn't think it was possible until these past couple years. Getting clean, and this is my second trip across the country. And if you say so, if you think you can do it, then you most likely can do it. Don't doubt yourself, because doubt is something that will hold you back. So.
Tell us your tribe again.
I'm Winnebago in Santiago.
And your name?
Andre Nunez.
Okay. Thanks, Andre.